gonna bring us on, and then I'll give you the number of suggestions we have,
Okay.
and then you just pick a number,
Okay. Yeah.
and then we just like go
Okay.
from there.
Okay. Cool.
And I'll look for the out at like around 10 minutes ish.
Okay.
Uh,
So you'll call it? You'll call it?
yeah. And and then afterwards I like to kind of chit chat to find out like where people, like how they got into improv and things like that.
Okay.
But yeah, that's about it. And however you want to play this, I'm down.
Okay, cool. That's exciting.
It's super fun. We've got,
Yeah.
I don't know, pick a number 1 to 36.
36? Did you get that many comments?
You did. Yeah.
You did that.
You did this, Jennifer.
No way. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 35. Boom. You thought you were out of it.
Dang. Take that, audience. This comes from Tom, a buddy who's in Copenhagen, and the suggestion is new raccoon.
Oh my God.
Thanks, Tom. New raccoon.
Awesome. Okay. That was
Yeah.
That was a fun party.
It was so fun. I'm glad we got
Food
out.
Food fight. Am I right?
I mean, I have not had a food fight since I was a kid.
Yeah. I mean, it got real.
Heated. Yeah. real quick. It escalated quick.
Well, there was one point where Stacy looked me in the eyes.
Yeah.
And I was like, she was holding a pie.
Yeah.
And did you see that? And I was like, she wants to hurt me.
Yeah. She didn't just want to throw it. It was like there was something that snapped in her eyes. I'm like, you gotta watch it. It went from like, this will be silly fun to like, she had a vendetta.
Yeah. Do you think?
Yeah.
So she's still maybe mad.
Not maybe.
she's mad.
She's mad. It's rage. It's rage.
She threw corn on the cob like an axe.
Yes. Like she took aim at you and then she threw it. And no offense, but she's got a good arm.
No, that's not offensive. She does. It's objective. She does have a good arm. And then the ref was like, everyone, we're done. And she kept throwing stuff at me.
She wasn't done.
I should apologize to her for taking you don't know this about me. I mean, I took her job. I got the promotion over her at the marketing agency, and I took her job. I actually kind of was inspired by her idea for a pitch for a new show where it's like a reality TV show where people act like what animal they would be, like raccoon,
like their spirit animal.
Yeah. And so they really liked the company liked the idea, and it was hers, but I never credited her. And now we had this whole company food fight thing, and I should apologize to her.
I don't see what the problem is. I'll be honest with you.
Really?
I don't see why you've got to apologize. You're in a creative field. Ideas are flowing all over the place. So you didn't give her credit for an idea that, like, to be honest, it's an idea. Nobody has ownership over it. Does she file a patent for the idea? Is that what you're saying? She went down, she filled out the paperwork and took it to the patent office and now owns that idea? I don't think you're too hard on yourself.
No. I mean, this isn't the only time I've done that. You know, our vows.
Yeah. Do you want to, I mean, we could state them again. Of course, I know my vows.
Yeah. I mean, you go first.
Yes. Before I met you, I felt like I was wandering the desert. I felt like I was alone. I felt like I had no rudder. And you're my rudder. And you're my rudder that makes me find a purpose in life. And before I met you, I had no purpose in life. And now that I've met you, I realized I always had a purpose in life. I just didn't know what that purpose was.
And then mine was, before I met you, I felt like I was wandering through the desert.
Mm-hmm.
And you're my rudder. And I felt like I didn't have a purpose in life until I met you, and I didn't know that was my purpose.
Wow. I never realized it's the same vow.
I mean, there's a little bit of,
I mean, it's pretty.
No, well, I mean, it's a little.
I don't, neither one of us owned the rudder metaphor.
Right.
I thought it was pretty hack when I was thinking about it. I felt under pressure to write something. So I was like,
I thought it was group mind. I thought we were just on the same page.
Great. Then that's it. But
then I thought about another time I've done this. I mean, remember when we had, John.
Yeah.
And then we had our second kid, and we named them John.
Oh, well, I mean, I love George Foreman, and he has 8 sons named George. And I just think it's our culture that finds that strange. I think it happens all over the place.
No one owns the name John,
No one owns the name John. And like, it's named after my father, who passed away. Your dad's still alive. So we couldn't say like John and then Herman. Like, it's gotta be John.
That would be weird. Wow. Yeah. Well, thank you. I was feeling really unoriginal.
Oh, is that what this is about?
Yeah. Just plain. Just a copy.
Huh. I think you're pretty original.
I think you make me original.
Oh. I don't know what I'll be honest, I don't know what it's like being a twin. So when you must have felt your whole life like you're a copy.
Yeah. I haven't texted Lucy happy birthday yet.
Do you want to text her?
I don't even know what I would say.
Oh, how about 7 years ago? No, I
thought, wait, did you just make that up?
It's the Gettysburg Address. I think it's the Gettysburg Address, 7. Why don't you just give that a start and then see what follows afterwards. My dad always told me you're never wrong with listening to your heart.
Okay. Okay, I'll do that.
So text her, I don't mind.
Lucy. Fourscore. No, oh, I'm not gonna. Lucy, I know we haven't talked in 2 years, but I just got done with a food fight where corn on the cob was thrown at my face in a life-threatening manner.
Good. This is good.
And life-threatening circumstances make you reflect, especially on birthdays. Happy birthday.
Perfect. That's perfect.
Yeah, I feel good about that.
Send it.
Okay.
Oh, I should text my brother. I haven't texted my brother. Oh my God, I haven't. Today is his birthday.
What? Yes, I forgot. Yeah, text him.
Mike, 7 years ago,
No about. Okay.
you were brought into this world. Oh my God. Wait, fourscore, that's 87 years.
What?
Yeah. Say it. He's old. He's old.
Yes.
Happy birthday. Stephanie got hit in the face with a corn on the cob. Send. He'll know what that means.
He'll know.
He'll know I literally mean he got hit in the face with a corn on the cob. He'll know.
He'll know it's literal.
Yeah, it's not a figurative inside joke thing. It's like, no, he knows that. Hey, you did get clipped a little under the eye.
Yeah. Yeah.
You can barely tell though.
I mean, I guess I feel like I deserved it.
I mean, maybe things will be better between you two now.
Yeah.
Or maybe it'll be worse. Maybe the floodgates will open.
Yeah.
And then any chance she gets, she's going to look at it as an opportunity to wound you.
Or she'll bring in lunch tomorrow and it'll be corn on the cob.
It's like a reminder.
Like threatening, like subtle.
Might be. I mean, you know her better than I do.
Are you ever going to tire of me?
No. I'm not tired of you now.
But I'm just reinventing the wheel. What if I don't ever come up with anything original?
Babe, what do you think life is? It's reinventing the wheel. Nothing's original. And you're with somebody who not just puts up with you, but likes to be with you. I like to be with you. There's so much to you that every time it's like an onion, you peel a little bit away and there's something else there. But I feel like we would have tired of each other at this point. So it's like, well, if we're not tired of each other now, we're in pretty good straits, to use the sailing analogy again.
You love sailing.
I'm a big fan.
Such a sailor.
I'm a water person. That's why I'm a Pisces.
Yep.
Are you going to tire of me?
I could never.
Yeah.
No. I love you.
I love you too. I mean, it was fun to go out and everything, but this is the sitting here getting ready for bed. That's the most fun to me.
Yeah. Well, I should call John.
Yeah.
Yeah, just to see if college is going okay,
I miss him too.
Yeah.
Call him, put him on speaker.
Okay. Here we go.
Scene. You got corn cob to the face.
Yeah, just directly at the face.
It's so fun. You're so fun to play with, and you have such a very unique. You make such strong, unique choices that are so easy to play with.
Oh, good. Thank you. That's good. Thank you. Uh, I feel like I didn't talk about you enough, but yeah.
It's okay. It's okay. I feel like it was so fun and just flowed, and it was one of those scenes that is continuing on.
Yeah. I
I mean,
like the I like the copying. I loved your vows.
the fact that it's a good memory. I don't even think it's a memory, but the fact that you paid attention to what I said to spit it back. So, I mean, there's a difference, I feel like, between watching something to try and remember everything and just being in the moment. And I think when you're watching something like you're in a show or you're watching like an opening, you're trying to remember everything, it gets very difficult. It's like a
Oh my
test.
gosh. Yes. And I remember two things usually from an opening or something. I'll grab onto a couple things and then someone will use one of those things. And then the other thing I forgot while they were using that thing. And I was like, I'm out of things.
And then you've got like 6 people trying to remember, and they're all remembering different things. So it's like you've got 12 different things you're trying to make fit together versus this to me was so fun because it was moment to moment and it was easier to remember stuff than like if I'm trying to remember it, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. I am liking like a longer scene, just one longer scene. I'm really enjoying that right now.
Well, in that moment when you're like, are you gonna tire of me? Like, like that was the important moment in the scene. It was like, oh my God, what an awesome discovery and announcement in that scene. And
Mm.
you don't when you play shorter scenes, it's fine, but there is a sense of, oh,
Yeah.
someone's coming in, right? There's always the sense of somebody's coming into the scene.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, there's like I love that discovery, and like with a long scene, it's like the the pressure's like a lot for me. The pressure's a lot less, and you're right. I feel like I'm a little bit more in the moment with a longer scene, and with a shorter scene, you're just like, where are we going next? Where are we going to edit to? Which is a different kind of fun too.
Oh, totally. It
Yeah.
is.
Yeah.
And it's fun to play in those shows where you don't really know the people you're playing with because you don't know if they're a performer that's like, let's hop on stuff right away. If they're
Yes.
like,
Yes.
go, and it's it's just a different muscle, right?
Yeah.
How how did you get into improv? Like we've talked about this before, but for
Right.
people who don't know you, like what brought you into improv?
I went to Arizona State University, and I saw a flyer for an improv club, but they said that we would be doing stuff modeled after like Saturday Night Live. They were like, if you like Saturday Night Live, you should check out this improv club. And so I went there with my friend, and it was not like Saturday Night Live at all. But what I did experience, I fell in love with, which was improv activities. They lured me in. And I'd done some of that stuff in like high school, but like just diving into it in college, and then performing locally in Phoenix, and then really diving into it a couple of years ago with house teams and training and festivals, which was so helpful to really dive into it and just be performing every weekend, which just immerses you into that world.
I mean, you can't replace the doing. Like that, like when you're in it and because in one way you learn your persona, you learn your style, but also I think what you learn when you're performing on a weekly basis or a regular basis is we got another show next week. That show is done.
Right.
We
Right.
we can't spend our time too much dissecting that show when there's another one happening. And so I think you hold on a little bit less preciously, knowing versus if you're in a theater where you've got one show every 6
Yeah.
weeks and you're
Yeah.
trying to do the best show you can. I think it's a lot harder.
Yeah. Higher stakes for
Yeah.
sure. Yeah, and definitely like watching different styles of improv and watching great improv, it has been super helpful in my journey as well. So right now you can watch improv, all over. So it's really great.
Right. And it's
Yeah.
fun, you can watch people that you would pay to see or people that would be in like some of the more known theaters. You
Right.
watch them or learn from them now, and it's a fraction of the cost, or it's
Yeah.
free, or
Yeah.
you show up in a jam sometimes you're like, oh, person X is in this jam, and they're like, yeah, I'm just an improviser like you, I just want to play. And it adds so much. And I think that's why this is so different than a lot of art forms, is you have a lot of people who are a part of this ecosystem who, no matter how much they learn or perform or grow, they're always still wanting to play with people.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Exactly. Yeah. Or you get the rare opportunity to play with someone you really admire, like Jay, and it makes your year, and you're like, how can the year get any better than this? This is scary to start it off so great.
Well, I feel the same way about you because we've worked together before. And I remember like we had talked about some things and what you wanted to do. And we got together. It was like, you're doing it. Like you don't need permission from anyone. You need to just get out there and keep doing your thing because you've got such a unique style. And the chance to play together is like, it was such a blast because your style and my style meet and mesh pretty well.
Yeah.
And it was
Yeah.
like, I could sit there and just brush my teeth for 10 minutes as your title up. Like, that was so fun. I'm like, oh,
I
you got
enjoyed that.
this. Like, we'll
Yeah.
figure this out. But there was no sense of desperation or pressure.
Yeah. I like how you're just there. You exist in your character, you exist in the space. You're always just, obviously you're existing there, so you have something to do in the bathroom before bed or whatever you were doing, so it's like, I really like that.
Oh,
It's something that gets me out of my head, is like doing something,
oh.
like, and that's, yeah, just moving too, specifically.
And that's the thing of like, oh, how can we do that in this virtual space?
Yeah.
How can
Yeah.
we create something where, because that now you got more, I'm like, there are more characters to play with. The toothbrush, those are all characters in our scene. And the more I
Yeah.
can like use that, and like you
Yeah.
said, it's out of thinking and like, no, let's just do. And I remember once a teacher made the comment, like after scene said, where are you going? There's nowhere to go. And I love that. It's like, we ain't going nowhere. We're sitting here like, let's just connect and see how much fun we can have. And with you, it's always like, you're always about the fun. And that's the greatest thing, is like keep having that fun as the main goal. Be like, I'm just going to have fun is just so dynamic.
This is the highest compliment I've ever received. If you don't mind, I would like to put it on this wall, on
Yes.
this tree. This is a compliment tree. It's empty right now, but I'm looking to fill it.
Well, please put it up there. And you are, I think you're really, I do think you're, yes, good object work. I think you're really talented and super fun to watch and play with, and so creative. And the only thing that keeps us from going anywhere are just those doubts we all have, and those anxiety of like, am I doing this right? It's like, I don't know, just do your thing, find people who like when you do your thing, and
Yeah.
you'll experience so much more. And now that we don't have the limitations of geography, where it's like, I can't, there's only one theater or two theaters in town. Now
Mhm.
it's like, you got a whole world. there's a bunch of people like you, like me, that we find now in this world. And then it's like, wow, that gets us back to why, for me, why we started doing improv is you're hanging out with people that make you laugh all the time and go, bring you to this stage. I don't want you to be me. I don't want you to be that, be you. I like playing with you, whatever that is.
It's so unique. Like no one else can bring what you bring. And what you said just reminded me of Maria Bamford's "You Are a Comedy" special. And she says, you're not gonna like all stand-up comedy, and not everyone's gonna like your stand-up comedy. But the same goes for, and she says, out of that, she says, so just do comedy that you like, that you think is funny, and that you're proud of. And I think that's the same for improv. Like, like just bring you, like.
And you're dead on. Bring you. Do the thing that you think. You have all these tools. Get in a situation. What's the thing you want to do? And when you're not trying to get the approval of a theater or a teacher, you start doing that more, and you go,
Right.
oh, and then people go, I want to play with you because you're confident enough to bring you. I look at
Wow.
Maria, I look at Adam Sandler. It's like, regardless of what people think of him, he does what he thinks is funny.
Yeah.
With his friends, and he gets paid a lot of money. So
right. Yeah.
find your tribe and do the thing you like to do with the people who want you to do that, not the people who are trying to get somewhere.
This is powerful. I needed this.
Well, where can people follow you online? Like if they want to check out, and you're getting into podcasting now, like what's the best way they can follow all that?
Yeah. So on Instagram, my tag is at Jennifer_Giralo. And folks there can find like my podcasts that I have, and you can find my work there.
What's your podcast?
Yeah, so I have Bish Don't, the podcast. And I just started a podcast called Listen to Our Improv Podcast. And then the last one is Building Bridges Improv Podcast. So a lot of fun.
It's great. And like, keep creating. It's
fun.
That's the thing, right? It's like, just keep creating. It's not for a goal or anything. It's just to do. And then once we keep doing that, you're just releasing all this cool stuff into the universe.
Yeah. It keeps me energized.
Yeah. Well, Jennifer, this was awesome. Thank you for taking time out of your day. And whether we do it virtually again or in person, I can't wait to play with you again. Thank you.
Thank you, Jay.
Oh, you're the best. We'll talk soon.
Okay. Bye.
Bye. Yes. The best, Jennifer. You're the best.